Hello. How is everybody doing tonight? Sorry, it is just me tonight. Michelle has family over, so she's enjoying some good old family time. Uh, Putting on the intro for this made me think of maybe I should try and make like an intro for the Alzheimer's fundraiser. I don't know if I have enough time to do that, but I could try. Uh, there's always tons of great ideas. Whether time allows them to occur is a different story. So, part of what I'm testing out right now is I'm going to try and stream the fundraiser on both Whiskey Mountains and Women of Whiskeys. Since I've been active on Women of Whiskeys and not really active on Whiskey Mountains, it kind of makes more sense really to stream on Women of Whiskeys. So I'm trying like a dual stream. So if anybody is watching right now via Whiskey Mountain, I can see chat and like comments from both, and it lets me pick like which one, which is kind of cool. I thought it would be more complicated, but actually they have a nice setup for this. Um, but if anybody's watching via like the Whiskey Mountains one, can you just let me know if that one is working? Oh, I guess I could just pick that and well, but then it would, yeah, it won't change what's already shown. So just if somebody happens to be watching through that YouTube stream on my own channel of Whiskey Mountains, because that's like the main way I guess it would be posted. I'll have super chats off for the. It's definitely a bit of a troubleshooting night. So stick to one so it doesn't. Well, but the idea is it'll be going through both, so it would get to more people because most people are like like it's a Whiskey Mountains fundraiser, but lately most people have heard about it and everything through Women of Whiskeys. So I'm thinking it should just be in, any spot that somebody tries to access it, sort of deal. But people would just like share the one link for the most part or whatever. So testing, yes. When in doubt, you need to do a few tests to, tweak all the variables and optimize everything. So it just, yeah, like, I mean, I get how it could be confusing too, but thanks. What is up, Aged Oak and Doug of Taste and Sensibility? You beautiful person. I saw your donation for the fundraiser. And he's got a few bottles in there to win, which is just already freaking amazing. So y'all rock. But so I'm both testing that out and how did I get a weird Safari notification? I don't know what's happening. And drinking some Stagg. So I grabbed a few different Stagg bottles to try from the oldest one I have, I think. I mean, I didn't prep that much for this, but is batch 15, which I did look that up. That came out in the winter of 2020. So, kind of seeing how one from 4 years ago to let's see what my latest is. What do we have here? Got batch 18. I'm either gonna try 3 or 4. I'm not sure. I got 24D. I don't think I have 25A. I'm not very good at remembering all these like numbers kind of thing. It's too confusing. Um, and I realize how ridiculously blessed I am in having multiple Stagg Junior bottles. That is the beauty of Utah. It's MSRP, and it's Utah. Not that it's easy, but Nick has gotten good at figuring out like when the drops are and where they're going to be and whatnot, and so has managed to get us a few Stagg Juniors. So, and I'm still going to call it Stagg Junior because I stand by that changing the name is just confusing. Because now if you just say Stagg, that could be George T. Stagg short or Stagg Junior. So Staggy J is what I'm sticking with. Uh, Buffalo Trace. Well, please don't sue me. I can't afford it, but hopefully y'all don't get mad. Yes, I've been my life long before it was just Stagg. Yeah, they're not hard to hard. They're not hard to get. They are not easy to get. But we do have one in the giveaway. So last year, I think, Nick and I both were able to go, and we were both able to get our hands on a Stag Junior. So, so one for us, and then one for the Alzheimer's fundraiser. So I'm kind of excited that for once I can donate like a hitter bottle. So I've got and I'm gonna go over some of the prizes tonight. But I've got a Stag Junior and an Elmer T. Lee in there for donation, which I think is also a pretty solid bottle. So I'm gonna start pouring them. Of course, I already have a little Knob Creek poured, just regular 9-year, 100 proof. Cheers, sweet Cindy. How's it going? Giselle's, are you back from your cruise? That looked like it was amazing. Sorry if all my yelling got you in trouble over the live stream. Sweet Cindy, what is up? Aged in Oak, our stag isn't MSR, it's in WA, nowhere around here. Yeah, that's the thing. We are, oh, Nick's getting like an echo. Um, it drops, not all the time, but we do get it here. And like Nick has figured, I don't understand how he's figured it out, but kind of like their system. So I mean, a lot of it was guessing for a while, and then this year they changed the Utah changed their system to being what you call it, like where they announce it and they put a list up of like what location is going to have what options and how many bottles, and it's like one Saturday a month or something. So that's kind of cool. And then people can camp out and whatever. So I guess that's a little more like what other places do. Okay, I'm gonna have batch 15. Okay, I need to write this down. Batch 15 is going in my Top Dog bottle. I mean, Glen, whatever. Batch 15, Top Dog. Okay. I'm pouring like half an ounce of each, and then I don't think I'll pour more. So I think that's 2 solid ounces of Stag Junior tonight is, I think, plenty. And then we have batch 18, which I checked ahead of time, is in the winter of 2022. Hey, speaking of Top Dog, how's it going? I had to grab this Glen for you, buddy. So, yep, that's where my batch 15 is going. So I know which one you're rooting for. I don't know that I'm like even, maybe I'll probably just rank them, I guess. Batch 18 is in WoW. Batch 18 is in the WoW Glen. Or it's about to be. Going up for it. I'm genius. I got distracted by Top Dog. After that, I'm just comparing to the first Glen instead of using the measuring cup. That looks about right. All right. Boom. Which is Z. Nick Proman is in the chat. How's it going, babes? Cheers, Malam. I didn't see you sneak in there. So, and I think Thrasher might hop in a chat tonight. I sent him some samples not too long ago from one of our giveaways that we did, and I sent him a sample of one of these stacks. I don't know which one. Okay, so 23C is gonna go in my bubble bath bourbon Glen. Trying to see like how much is mildly difficult. Oops. Okay, poured slightly more of that. My bad. Gotta write that down. Sorry. Bubbles is 23C. And then 24D is the other one that I'm going to be trying. So this is both like last week and the next couple of weeks are pretty stressful around here. And the Alzheimer's stream and whatnot, and other stuff. My dog's not doing great. So this is but then we just had guests over. So this is kind of a treat yourself flight sort of deal. So weird it's on 2 channels. All right, well, hey, I'm glad it is working. So, and it doesn't seem to be causing like internet laggy issues. That was the other thing I wanted to test out with this is make sure, see what the setup is behind the scenes and does it cause, and let me know if there is like more lagginess or something on one of them that y'all are noticing. Um, Although I think Michelle, I'm doing the fundraiser at Michelle's. So I'm gonna, this is wow. What? um, so it will probably, oh, Nick is, well, I can tell because Nick is a wrench in Whiskey Mountains, but not a wrench in WoW. Hey, Top Dog, are you in both too? It's so funny that I can't tell, like, I can divvy up which comments I'm seeing, but that seems dumb to me. But I can't see, like, once they're already there, which stream they're coming from. But I guess, I mean, it doesn't matter. I just wanted to be sure I could see comments from both, uh, especially for the fundraiser. All right, this is going to be a delicious flight right here. 8 watching the mountains, 18 on WoW. Sweet. Okay, cool. So it's working pretty evenly well on both then. Yes, I like it. Also, wherever you're watching, probably honestly on Women, but like either way, make sure you hit the like button. So, and if you haven't subscribed to either of those channels, like our channels, you should do that. That would be good. So you don't miss, sorry, hold on. I can't write and talk at the same time. That was 24D? Is that what I said? Delta, yeah. Okay. So I kind of liked that they started like naming the stag batches like 23C or whatever, kind of like ECBPs. But I also was very annoyed by it because, we would reference them in order of like how they'd come out. And so it was like we were on batch 15 and batch 18. And I think batch 18 was the one that they dropped the junior. But then like the next year it was like 23A. And so it's just like a little bit confusing number wise, which didn't seem like the best idea marketing wise, but that probably only really matters if you're like a collector with a vertical or whatever it's called. So, man, exactly. Listen to Richie Z. Always listen to Richie Z. Like and subscribe if you haven't yet, either to Whiskey Mountains or Women of Whiskeys. So I went, Nick's sister, I keep wanting to say Nick's sister-in-law, my sister-in-law, Nick's sister was here this weekend and we went on a hike. It's Nick's biggest nightmare. We went on a hike in Antelope Island, just a quick little one. And like, man, like if you haven't eaten a food in a while and it used to be like one of your favorite foods and you go back and eat it again and you're just like, oh my God, like this is so good. Why have I not been eating this regularly for so long? That was me with this hike. It was just like this reminder of like, oh my God, this is what I've been needing. I need to be out on the trail. So I'm going, after the fundraiser is done and everything's sent out and everything, I'm gonna really try and make it a priority to get back on the trail. I think my soul needs it, and I want to make some more Whiskey Mountains content and everything. So it's just fun. Okay, let's get into the Staggy J's, and then we'll talk a little more about the fundraiser. I saw Donald Rance. I think yes, there it is. Good evening. I'll reach out to you shortly with my potential. All right, no problem, buddy. Basically, just as long as you let me know before Saturday, so I can have it all in the giveaway and whatnot, kind of thing. But thanks. My sister going to SBI. Oh, sorry, I'm butting into conversation. Hey, Valkyries! Oh, did they not have a good week this week? I just like, finally a team came up with a good mascot. Like that is a really badass good mascot. What is like, so Utah was just came up with hockey teams and one of the names in the running was Blizzard. I was like, what are you going to do with Blizzard? That's such a stupid. We ended up with Mammoth, which is okay. But, like, and it works for our state and everything. But Valkyrie? That's badass. Like, that's freaking badass. So, way to go. That's how you do a new team. Thank you. I know, I've, like, honestly missed making it. And it's one of those, like, I don't know why I haven't been out on the trail lately. But oh my God, I desperately need to get back on it because I just miss it. It's so relaxing. So, and then, sit down, have a pour, try to hide it from any other hikers coming by while filming. Super fun. It's the editing, though, that does take up the most time. All right. And I have a sip of Knob Creek and then a sip of Stagg. So I'm going to jump from 100 proof to probably like 131 or something. Oh, Knob Creek. Cheers, Dave B. How's it going? Right? Being on the trail is so nice. So it just gets you, and like Utah has such amazing trails. It makes no sense. Yeah, I know. It's kind of meh. We were gonna be the Yetis, which I thought was more fun, but I guess Yeti didn't like that, the company, so now we're the Mammoths. Any higher, just regular review of something you would like would be awesome. Thanks. Yeah, I'm gonna do it soon. Like once the Alzheimer's fundraiser is done, I'm gonna be back to prioritizing some. Plus, then it'll be cooling off a little bit. It's also a little difficult to hike when it's like 100 degrees out, but I missed the gap, so I can't really use that as an excuse. Avalanche season is one thing, but you go up in the mountains, it's not so hot. All right, Staggy J. This is batch 15, so the one from 2020, which I thought was a really good batch, if I recall. I've tried batch 12 and batch 14, and absolutely amazing, but you're never gonna be mad at Staggy J. Like, that's impossible. I'm pretty sure you can't have unless you just like paid some insane amount or whatever. But we get these at a couple years ago it was $49 and now it's like $53, I think. Like, I'm never gonna be mad at a pour of Staggy J. So I might do. Should I do? I could do like a sample flight of these ones for the Alzheimer's fundraiser. That could be cool. Is that something like if y'all saw on the list, you would be like, yay? Like 4 1-ounce samples of Stagg Junior, of like different Stagg Juniors kind of thing from the past few years. I feel like people underrate samples, and I think samples are amazing because you get to try something you might never have gotten to try. But I don't know how much of a draw it is. So Top Dog says, yes, 88 here, but cooking now. All right. 70? It's only 70? What? It doesn't even get down to 70 at night. Okay, one more little sippy sip of batch 15 Stagg Junior. Right? Samples are just like, you don't have to like have the space for all these different bottles or whatever. And what if you don't like it? But also just like, oh my God, like, so, I mean, I know I've been excited throughout all the years of like people being so generous to send me samples. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to do a Stagg Flight giveaway also. I'll do that. Sweet. What is up? Sawdust and coffee, drinking a pour of Penelope's. Ooh, how is that? 17-year light whiskey. What's the proof on that light whiskey? I know often like they can be really proofy and yet just be such an easy and delicious pour. And is it sweet? The temperature here is 90 right now. 70 was the price of a bottle. Oh, I'm with you now. Got it. Of a bottle of Stagg Junior. Got it. Which is like, oh my God. I'm not a person who likes paying $100, $150. I mean, nobody likes paying more than they have to for whiskey, but like that is hard on the budget for me. I am an academic researcher, and we do not get paid well. So like it is hard for me to say something is truly worth $100, but like Stagg Junior, I can get it for MSRP at $52, and that I just always feel like it's an absolute steal. Plus, I'm lucky enough to get a bottle, and it's like I would gladly pay double, maybe even triple, maybe 150. That's hard. But if I didn't live in Utah, and so it was harder to get, then yeah, I probably would easily pay 150. Yep. Stag Junior 52. Nick can correct me. I think it's like 52 now. Here 52, 53, something like that. Yeah. So I know I'm a spoiled brat in that way. Uh, I have to get lucky getting Stagg and only twice in year. Yeah. Well, the first time I try, I'm gonna sip some batch 18. I mean, like I could give you notes, but like y'all know it. Like, what if you've tried some before? Is grape and oak. Like I feel like those are the main notes I get on every. But Nick has blinded me with different stags a million times. Where like I had no idea what was in the flight, and every time it's been a Stag Junior, immediately I'm just like, that smells like stag. Like that Buffalo Trace grape note always is very predominant to me. Let's see. It's almost a hazmat. 138.8. Dang. Pastry note like a butter. Ooh, that sounds good. That sounds so good. 17-year. That sounds amazing. He's talking about that Penelope 17-year light whiskey. That sounds so good. 150 around here. And I feel like if like if you haven't had bottles before, like when it's really, really hard to get, like I think $150 is an absolute legit price. Dick is saying he's like, I would pay 150 for a stag. So, and it's normally him who buys it here because I don't know when it drops or where. I tell him that he could text me and let me know to go somewhere, but he knows I'm probably going to be in the middle of an experiment and not able to actually put my stuff down. But, right, exactly. I will like this is one of the few whiskeys I'm like, yeah, I would overpay for that. Mm, 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 mm. I will say this batch of 18 compared to the 15, a little bit sharper and like a woodier note, not even necessarily an oakier note, just like a woodier note. Like oh, this is such like a I feel like a camping person's no, but like wood that has been sitting out for a bit and it's all wet and so it's just kind of crumbly, and it has like that kind of fresh earthiness. I actually love that. So I'm like, I kind of like, but it's almost like a sharpness with it, like of the bark. I kind of dig it. And less of the grape. That was on the first sip. I guess Wood Hat would be the one I would like to try. Wood Hat. Is that Pennsylvania rye? Oh no, I'm thinking of Dad's Hat. I don't know Wood Hat. Um, he's already yeah, man, that was amazing. That was a killer bottle. Was it last year or the year before? I think it was last year, right? Where Chris donated a batch one of Stag Junior, and we did it as like a separate auction. It was that and this, the special Jim Beam 200 year anniversary, 1783. Is that what it's called? Yeah, I think something like that. Um, that were separate auctions in the Alzheimer's Fund, and that was amazing. That is not this year, y'all. That was last year. She's got family over, so she couldn't make it on tonight. But I wanted to make sure we went. This is the last stream before the Alzheimer's fundraiser this Saturday, which I'm super excited for. It's very close to Michter's 10-year bourbon. Ooh, see, I haven't had many Michters, but they can be delicious. And next says maybe batch number 2. Can you compare to it, or is it totally different? I think I'm out of Eagle Rare. I've definitely done the lineup before. And we do have some EHT. I think we've got small batch and single barrel. I feel like there's definitely a similarity. The complexity of flavor is much like you still like. I feel like in all of those, I'm not saying every Buffalo Trace product has that sort of grapey bubblegum note, but I feel like all of those have some. Although I feel like EHT has it a little bit less. That's actually Nick's like all-time favorite. If he could just have EHT small batch all the time, that would be his Knob Creek, like is for me. Except that I'm lucky that Knob Creek actually is on the shelf. I would say it's, I mean, obviously higher proof and just much more complex. Like there's, you're gonna see the similarities, but then there's a different sort of complexity to it that is what makes Stagg so freaking special. like I feel like every time you take a sip of Stagg, it just captures your attention again, and you're just like, ooh, what is that kind of thing? Whereas Eagle Rare, EHT, you can kind of be. I mean, EHTs can be amazing, but I feel like it was a ditzy response. But sorry, 17.95. Thank you, Chris. I was close. I was off. I was off by 12 years, but I was close-ish. But that was an amazing get. That was from a friend of Chris's in Australia who works for Jim Beam and donated that for the thing. Amazing. I love you, but Stagg is like 30. Yeah, exactly. I mean, which allows it to deliver that flavor, but it's not like the only difference is just the proof. It's not like, oh, it has more going on just because of the proof. I feel like there is more to it than that. If that makes sense. It's not just proofy Eagle Rare. Which I'm not saying anything against Eagle Rare. Don't tell Michelle I was talking anything about Eagle Rare. Eagle Rare is wonderful. I love Eagle Rare. It's just not Stagg. The B. Oh, you got the B for let me say it the way y'all say it. Mishters over here at the moment. Well, I should be catching up with him. Oh, that's awesome. Right, yeah. The EHT tends to have less of that grape note. Like I feel like sometimes you can really pull it out, but you know, on a single barrel here and there. But I do feel like it's a little more of a different profile, even though I think it's the same mash bill. I used to know the mash bills well. I think I like studied up for it for some kind of trivia thing on Mash and Drum or something. I forget. But now I don't remember. I have to look at a picture. When the zombie bear. Oh, y'all are talking basketball. What's up, America Martinez? I didn't see you come in. Hello. Wepa. I'm just drinking Stagg. Okay. I want to pull up the list. The link is in the description, y'all, about the Alzheimer's fundraiser. But I want to pull it up, and if I click on the link, it'll open in the wrong browser. This is a work computer. What? There we go. That way I can see if I can manage to share things correctly today. But for anybody just joining, I am drinking some Stagg Juniors because they're delicious and treating myself. Oh man, that batch 18 just gets better and better kind of thing. And the finish is just there forever. Hence, I need water before I keep yapping. Oh, that's good. But for anybody who's just joining, this Saturday, I am doing my Alzheimer's, End Alzheimer's fundraiser, where all of the money goes towards the Alzheimer's Association. And so basically a bunch of bottles and some other prizes have been donated, and every $5 gets you an entry to win. Richie Z's dropping it right there. Thank you, buddy. So if you donate like $20, that's going to be 4 entries. You can win more than once. So basically every time you win, one of those entries gets taken out, but the rest of your entries are still in. So you can win more than once, $5 an entry. All of it goes to the Alzheimer's Association. You actually donate. On this page is basically all of the information, like how to donate a prize, the donation link for actually donating to the fundraiser, and the list of prizes. So, which actually is what I am going to maybe share to you. Share screen. Yes, allow. Yeah, share this window. I can never remember how to do it so that I can see what y'all are seeing. Well, hopefully you can see it. But basically it'll take you to this website. You can ignore the whole rest of the website. You can buy stuff if you want to, but you absolutely don't need to. The real point is here is like a little sign up sheet, a Google Doc for donating a prize, or you can just email me or message me on Instagram. You can also email womenofwhiskies@gmail.com. That's also in the description of this video. And here, that's the big thing. This is where you actually donate $5 in entry. So you want to donate $100 or $10 or $5, whatever you want to do. And then last year we raised 11,000. So let's see what we can do this year. And then here are I'm pretty sure I've updated this list that is pretty up to date. So I'm just gonna double check that y'all aren't telling me, hey, you're not actually sharing your screen. Okay. Uh, Okay, just let me know in the chat if I'm talking about a window that you're not actually seeing. So I'm hoping that you're seeing my Whiskey Mountains website. I wish it was just whiskeymountains.com, but Shopify is being stupid and not letting me have my domain back. Okay, just every now and then checking the chat. So Stagg Jr., Elmer T. Lee, those are two separate prizes that Nick and I are offering. Our buddy Michael S., who's probably traveling or something tonight, but he's normally here, is donating a Heritage Salute Battle of Iwo Jima and a 6-sample flight from his collection. So you can go to Orange Ramps and see like his whole collection and then pick any 6 samples you want. And an Uncle Nearest, Tony Bag of Donuts, is donated basically like 2 little bundles of one is a rye bundle and one is a bourbon bundle, Heaven Hill bourbon bundle. And he's also donating a Blanton's Bourbon Barrel Alzheimer's. I'm just checking the chat again. Not seeing it, of course. Of course. Why would it? Wait, what if I do like that? Is that how I do it? Is it showing now? I think now, oh, slowly figuring out that side of things. I think you should be seeing it now. So here's the list. Stagg Jr., Elmer T. Lee. Here's what Michael S. is donating. Tony Bag of Donuts. We've got this pick by Bourbon Barrel Alzheimer's. So they also do whiskey picks for the Alzheimer's Association, which is amazing. Wes Milligan organizes these, and it's just awesome. Taste and Sensibility. Here's, I mentioned him earlier, and I think he's still in the chat. We've got a Green Spot, the one I always want to call LeVar Burton, Leoville Barton, Irish Whiskey, Remus 5, and that Beyonce rye, which actually I think Richie Z said something about earlier. Totally see it on the website. Nope, still on Staggs. Which isn't bad. Yeah, okay. Whatever, Brazo. Oh, look, you can see all the behind the scenes stuff. We got Joseph Magnus Cigar Blend, a Bull Run, Boone, Bourbon Bites Clifton donated. So it's 2 months of his terabyte tier for his Patreon. And basically you get 2 virtual tastings where he sends you samples and he does a virtual tasting with you, which is super cool. And then a Backbone pick. I did put all the ones from Hello Again Whiskey Friends. Some are through Jeffrey Weck and some from Kelsey Dine. Bourbon Van donated. Vasco's have an Old Weller in there and an ECBP B523. And our buddy, Top Dog, I don't have the picture on my computer, has made a lamp that is out of a Wild Turkey Kentucky Spirit bottle. So, okay, I'm going to stop sharing that, and but hopefully that entices y'all. And you can donate now. You don't have to be there on Saturday to win. You can donate anytime before that, or you can hang out on Saturday and do it then, kind of thing, whatever you want. And there's definitely going to be more prizes by the stream on Saturday. The Davilars are going to be donating some, and Women of Whiskeys as a channel will be donating some from our bunker. So you'll see them all there. Okay, and I will have it up to date as like any other prize offerings come in. So might have to donate some cash, right? Brazo, what is up? I feel like Nick said something, and now watching. I don't know. I was watching Lord of the Rings, and whatever. You were not. You would never watch Lord of the Rings without me. Not sure which I had, but we'll check closer next time. Oh, as far as EHTs that you had, because yeah, I mean, single barrel and small batch EHTs are both 100 proof, but you definitely get more like off-profile stuff with those single barrel. The lamp will light up everybody's room, kind of thing. And so also, I have a favor to ask of y'all. First, I'm going to drink water. If y'all are drinking whiskey, also make sure you drink water. And I'm gonna first try out my 23C. I feel like I'm talking too much and not drinking it. This is the problem with not having Michelle here. I don't have any breaks to just drink while she yaps. I have to do all the yapping. Mm-mm-mm. Oh. Mm-mm. I feel like that one's like a less sweet grape. Still the very much Buffalo Trace grapey note, but like less sweet. I liked that the batch 18 had all that like woody depth complexity to it. This one, there's just some. Oh, it says I'm still sharing my screen. Weird. But I was not still sharing my screen, right? Freaking StreamYard. Makes no sense. Also, y'all, I am going to do Patreon Plinko at the end. So if you are a Patreon of Women of Whiskeys, make sure you hang around for that. Hopefully, I'll do it right this time. The last time I was solo, I definitely screwed it up and didn't show the screen. But now we've already done a practice run through. So, okay. Let me take another sip. I feel like first sip is always the worst sip. And again, I'm saying this in comparison to other stags. Not that like, oh, this stag sucks. It's never gonna happen. I'm convinced it's next to impossible. Who knows? But it feels pretty impossible. If you get a stag and it's awful, then something happened to it, or somebody lied to you about what they sold you on the second market or whatever. Second market? Is that what it's called? Secondary. Brain fart. Too much stag. Ooh, that sip was actually yummier. This one I feel like it definitely has way more of the bubblegummy note. That's what it is. It's more of the bubblegummy note, which kind of makes the oak feel a little strange. But that is good. Thanks so much, Richie Z. As I choke on my words. This is awesome. Drinking scotch now, Port Charlotte. I love Port. Actually, it was the Davillars. It was Michelle's husband, Will, who got me into Port Charlotte, and I was just immediately in love. I love peated whiskey, and Port Charlotte is just heaven. I have a sample from them of Port Charlotte 18 sitting around just waiting for me to get into. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and try out the 24D, which is in my cute manatee glass. Nick got me this for Christmas, and it's my favorite Glen. It's hard to see it, but I promise there's a manatee. It's hard to focus on. It's super cute. Okay. I feel like those two taste the most similar. The first stag was terrible, hot for hot sake, and no actual fun. I mean, I feel like it must have been like one of those, like, they're still figuring it out, and they're like, we're going to do a high proof thing. But I haven't, because now, like, they're just, and I know, like, a few years ago, like, around batch 12, I think with Jason from Mash and Drum, like, batch 12, I feel like is one he's talked about a few times as being one of his favorites. Like, that those were just top of the thing. I'm pretty sure I tried batch 12 at somebody's and really enjoy it. But I love batch 15. I think I used to have a batch 14, but I finished it because it's delicious. So I was going to ask if you poured the 24D. Yes, that's what I have in my manatee glass. That's my final pour, basically. So I'm drinking batch 15, batch 18, 23C, and 24D. Batch 15 came out in 2020. Batch 18 came out in 2022. And the other ones, the year matches their number. Because Buffalo Trace wanted to get back confusing. But I'm not going to get into that. We're not ranting about that. We're on our best behavior. Now I'm going back and doing a little bit of mixing up kind of thing. I don't think I ever tried batch 11. I bet it was. I bet it freaking was. I heard like right around that period was like sort of top of kind of like with ECBPs. Felt like right before those Staggs, the back when the Pirate Barrel ECBPs were out, that those were absolutely divine. Which I think I tried at a meetup. I got to try a pour of or maybe it was a sample. I know I tried somewhere one pour of a Pirate Barrel, and I was like, oh, this is why everybody talks about those Pirate Barrels. There is a little hair. It's a hammy hair. It's from my doggy. My poor baby. And it won't come off. Sorry. Okay. Just gonna pretend I'm not distracted. So basically now, whenever I'm actually looking directly at the camera, it's because I'm being distracted by that little freaking hair that's just right there. Okay, it's fine. It's all good. I'll get tweezers afterwards and I have to tweeze my camera. What age is that you have to start tweezing your camera? Batch 12 is that's what I thought. That's like, yes, I mean ECBP Pirate Barrel bottles already ended, but Staggs were getting good. Yeah, that's what I thought. It was like Pirate bottles were a little bit before those, like that peak of Staggs kind of thing. That's one of the early ones. Oh, I was bitching about my manatee one. I feel like this etching looks good. This is a Top Dog bourbon one. So that I've had for a couple years. So it's also been, through the ringer. Oh, I'm just easily distracted. Sorry. Oh, because I've got like this little bit of black. Y'all really care. You see right there, there's like this little bit of black that I'm like trying to figure out how to get it out. Okay. Fascinating stuff. Back to Stagg. Yeah. Nom, 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 nom. We do not have any picks. Utah's not a big pick state. We've had very like trying to think. Utah's done like 2 Knob Creek picks ever, and they do it as a state. And then they've done their Maker's Mark picks are good. Can't do a Knob Creek pick to save their life. Don't trust Utah with a Knob Creek pick. It's a real bummer. Yeah, dude, it's awesome. That squirrel behind you, right? I did take my Adderall today. I promise. I took both of them. But, I mean, they're all really, really good. See, now I just sip the 24D. It has the least of the grape note, I feel like. The 24D. Got a Stagg from California that you got pineapple on. I don't think I've ever got pineapple on a whiskey before. That's kind of cool. I was just eating some pineapple yesterday that I stole from Nick. Also, y'all, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. And if you're on any like Facebook groups or whatever, if you wanted to share the Alzheimer's fundraiser there, that would be super cool. You could just copy and paste from the thingy in the description if you would like to. That would really help. So help me be the top fundraiser in Utah. There is somebody right now who might beat me this year, but I want to beat them. I don't know them. They're not like, and I mean, we're all for a good cause, but still, it's just fun to be like top fundraiser in Utah via whiskey, which is always funny because at the event, they'll be like, oh, you raised like all this money. Like, how'd you do it? I'm like, how do I tell them it's because of alcohol? But also because of Whiskey Tube community is just fucking awesome. Statewide picks, so 200 bottles go to stores all over the state. Yeah, I guess. I never thought about it. There's not a lot of people like drinking in Utah. I don't know. It's different here, I feel like. So maybe that's why the picks I've gotten were so bad. I don't know. But one of the Knob Creek picks was okay. But one was just straight up the worst Knob Creek I've had. It was just so dry and had absolutely nothing else to it. It was just like tannic. Exactly. It's just fun to have like some friendly competition, and it just like kind of gives you that like extra little bit of edge. I'm also just like not a very competitive person, so it's okay. But I just want it to do great, and it's a really important cause for me. So, and if you want to hear all about that, I'm sure I'll get all serious and mushy on Saturday about it. Because I always share a picture of my abuelo, who had Alzheimer's, and that's what like really got me in this. And now I do research, for those who don't know, in Alzheimer's, ending it obviously, uh, with mouse stuff, and we're trying to get into humans. Actually, I'm in the middle of a big experiment with human brain tissue, which is super cool. But so Saturday, y'all should donate. And oh, I was gonna say, I have a big ask for y'all. My big ask is I always do trivia. So if you have like some like just banger general trivia or whiskey trivia questions that you think would be fun, send them over. You can email them to me. Either both email addresses are listed in the description, or you can Instagram me. Is Instagram message, DM, whatever, me. But like if you have it, or Alzheimer's, I like to have like whiskey trivia, Alzheimer's trivia, and then some general trivia. And there will be a trivia game for everybody to play during the thing. So you'll have like a one up on people on that one question. But I'm definitely looking for some new questions kind of thing, especially if you have some for whiskey. Because I've done that a few times, and I feel like y'all might have some cool ones that you've heard that's like, oh, this is always like a fun little tidbit that people don't realize. That will be cool. One question: what is Top Dog's neighbor's name? Oh, there you go. I will be what's the word? Scanning the questions. Choosing which ones make it in. That one probably wouldn't make it in. Sorry. Yes, Nick is cooking me a delicious dish right now for me to eat after all of this delicious whiskey. Mm. Okay, I'm gonna do a real quick run through, and then it'll be almost time for Patreon Plinko. I want to end this on time. I do have work tomorrow. Most of us probably have work tomorrow. Ooh. Oh, bitch, you are a standout. Wow, that one is baller. Hmm. Okay, I'll tell you which one that was in a sec. If you're really paying attention, you might know, but that would be really impressive. Mm. Oh, shit. Now I feel like I should know Top Dog, but I don't. I can't remember. Delicious. Ah, I feel like I have my number one of these stags. So remember, y'all, one of the other prizes that I've added as of tonight is going to be this exact flight of Stag Juniors. Calling them Stag Juniors, I don't care if one of them's if three of them technically don't have the juniors anymore. I already did that miniature rant. I could go on about. I'm one of those people who like if I'm upset about, I will just go on and on. But I did take my. I'm staying focused. I'm not focused at all on that little hair that's stuck on the fucking camera. That just want to get rid of it. Okay, I've got my number one for sure, for absolutely sure. Mm. I might need some more water. I'm getting a little low. You'll see my awesome. I'm definitely one of those people with stickers all over their water bottle. But if you get this, you gotta let me know. You probably get this one. That one's great too. I get these at Comic Con. Well, Utah's version of Comic Con, FanX. Okay, I want to decide my number two, and then 3 and 4 are honestly probably just going to be tied. Top Dog, is that your guess of which one is my number one? Ooh, what did Donald Rance suggest? Favorites? What is vongole? Spaghetti vongole. My favorite dish since childhood has been spaghetti and shrimp, which is basically like shrimp scampi spaghetti, not like spaghetti with marinara sauce. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Wait, what did Miracle Martinez say? Minus the cookbook. I cooked chicken. Ooh. Now, oh, we just went to the farmer's market and got hummus and ran into a lab mate of mine. And I was like, you need to get this hummus from this place. And today I saw him and he was like, thank you. That hummus was delicious. Okay. Okay, I feel like that one was slightly better than that one. Hold on. Wait for it. Yes! Hello, Kyle Taylor. Did we just become best friends? I think we just became best friends. Because, now that I'm not moving from this apartment, this is about to be hung up. I've shown it off before here. It's a like 3D wooden map of Middle Earth that I'm just obsessed with, and I got on Facebook Marketplace for a really good deal. Don't worry, that's a bet, so it's fine. Okay, focus. Michelle's gonna be real mad if she comes over and sees I'm just talking about Lord of the Rings stuff again. She's gonna be like, "Why did I partner with a hobbit?" Okay, real quick. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm too distracted to stay focused. Desiree Bowman, this is awesome. Also, such a now I kind of want to copy this idea. I've picked up knitting and I kind of love this idea. Oh my god, this is such a good idea. And I am also sorry for just skipping straight to the idea. I'm so sorry that it affects your dad's side. So that's also the side. My dad actually moved back to Puerto Rico to take care of his father, who had it for 20 years, which was a real shit show. And it sucks, but this is such a good idea. Okay, knitted blanket. Can I knit a blanket in 6 days? The answer is no. I have work. I do knit at work, but not that much. The map is amazing. Right? Right? Isn't it so cool? Oh my god, I'm obsessed with that map. I think it's just like I saw one at our version of Comic-Con, FanX, a couple years ago, and I just could not afford it. And I saw this, and it's so good. It's so good. Okay, anyways. What is up? Another fellow hobbit. How you doing? See? I'm just saying there is a nerdy part, like nerdy as in like Lord of the Rings, Star Trek, all the good stuff nerdy. Part of whiskey too. Not just nerdy, like actually knows a lot about whiskey more than I do. Okay. I got excited and I think I sip things too fast. Real quick, and then I'm gonna make my decision and we're gonna do Patreon Plinko. Cat coasters. Oh, that's cute. That is super cute. Doug just had a breakfast burrito. Not living his best life. What? Okay, I'm more of a Trekkie than a Star Wars. Nick will tell you that. My birthday is September 8th, and that's Star Trek Day, so I was born to be a Trekkie. Just saying. But love Star Wars. How? Wait, like the first one? Like New Hope? Nick, is that the right one? I get the first. The names don't make any sense to me. Empire Strikes Back makes sense. Return of the Jedi. Yeah, New Hope is the first one of the original trilogy. Like the whole trilogy? Or even only just the first movie? Top dog. Come on. You need to come back to Utah, because I know you've been, because I saw you at the airport. And come over, and we just need to do a marathon. Or we could do a marathon of Lord of the Rings Extended Edition. I'm okay with that. Too much Staggy J. What a ridiculous thing to say. Too much. Yes, I am focused on the little hair on the camera right now. But too much Staggy J. As if that's possible. I do feel way better, though. I've been really... There's a lot going on. My dog's not doing great. And we've had people over and all kinds of stuff. But this has really helped. So, thanks, y'all. Oh, this is so hard. Okay. Okay. I think I have my order. Oh, that one's so good. I'm going to regret that. I'm definitely going to regret that. For anybody who just joined, that was just me sipping way too quickly 4 Stagg Juniors back to back to try and make my decisions in their rankings. Just the first one? So you haven't even seen when he stops being a little baby. What? I mean, let's be honest. Obviously, Carrie Fisher, Princess Leia, is the best character. Well, and R2. I loved R2. But come on, what? Oh, top dog. Yes, for anybody who just joined, top dog just watched Star Wars for the first time. Have you watched Lord of the Rings? Please tell me you've watched Lord of the Rings. Okay. Okay, Frack. Aw, Hammy. Yeah, my baby girl. So, but she's decided to start eating again. So she is coming to Idaho. Hammy's going to be in Idaho. I've ordered her a little purple. I wasn't sure she would be here this week. So, and probably not by the end of the month. But she's going to be at the Alzheimer's. This is my little white pit bull. She's little now because she's lost so much weight. But she's going to have a cute little purple bandana. And I'm going to ask Nick to bring her in at the end of the stream. So if you can't make the whole stream, try to pop in or watch the replay of the end. And then you can see little Hammykins, my adorable Pitty, who's like the sweetest thing on the planet. And she's coming to Idaho to join in on the... Andy Serkis does a great narration of the books. Rob Inglis was the original audiobook narrator. So good. But Andy Serkis, also amazing. If you want to just listen to them, just start there. On Discord, Donald, you're killing me. All right, I will open up Discord just for you, Donald. Discord message. Oh God, I'm so afraid of what's on there. I haven't opened it in a while. It crashes my computer. I was in the bicycles and girls. What? My best friend was in the books and movies. The Lord of the Rings girls and bicycle? There's no bicycles. Oh, just bicycles in general. Immediately. Obviously, everything has to be in the context. Okay. But I know you've read the books. I think you should give the movies a chance. Yes, of course, things are changed and not exactly by the books and whatnot. But they're so good. They are truly, I feel like they are done in a way of like clearly the actors and the producers or directors or whatever they're called, like we're trying to respect the original material as much as possible. No, Tom Bombadil's not in it. But in reality, does he add that much to it in the end? Just saying. You guys don't want to talk to me anymore. I understand. We're all mad at you now, Top Dog. Except that you donated a really awesome lamp that I will have a picture of at the Alzheimer's fundraiser. So this Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern, I am looking at that hair. How is it in there? Oh, and I'm gonna re-dye my hair purple. You can't tell, but it's pretty faded. So my hair will be purple again, although it probably won't pick up on camera then either. Right? So good. There's just such a Faramir. Are you kidding? Anyways, I'm gonna give my rankings, but if you are a Patreon, I think I've got the little tool. All right, I've got the tool ready. So if you are a Patreon, I'm gonna put the banner up. Stick around. Yep. Oh, wrong one. This one. Hashtag Plinko. Y'all know the drill. You aren't taking your camera to ID, right? To Idaho? I am taking my camera. So I've got to get rid of this hair before that. I bet I could get that thing out with... Why is it so... right there? Also, I have no nails, so that doesn't help. What was I saying? Hashtag Plinko. Put in your hashtag Plinko. Thank God I took the Adderall late today. Hashtag Plinko into the comments while I give my reveal, and then I'll play the song, the Plinko song. And if you're not a patron and want to join in, I'll show you what you could win. This is a little bit of a lie, but not totally a lie. Okay, that banner is still true, but I'm going to remove it real quick. You could get a WoW t-shirt, or a Criminals and Cocktails Wee Glen with mini... I did not think this through. Women of Whiskey's Glen, a WoW leather journal, which I'm using right now. A Women of Whiskey's leggings. Hello, potato. WoW Stozel nosing glass. It is not, this is the not true part, the ECBP. Well, actually, no, it is still true because mine would also be an ECBP B524 if you get that number. Or the Women of Whiskey's boxers and briefs. So if you're not already, wait, all right, let me Too many things at one time with too much Stagg Jr. in my stomach and brain. Here's a journal. It's beautiful. It's lovely. Dated. All the works. So I'm gonna give my reveal real quick on things while people are putting in their hashtag Plinkos. Plus, that way, then get that ham hair off of. You don't want me distracted the whole fundraiser by this stupid fucking. I think I'm gonna get tweezers after the stream, and if that doesn't work, I'll get a razor, and I'm just gonna shave the camera. I will post a picture of this fucking hair on the Patreon. That's your behind the scenes for the night. Richie's is like, I'll take the journal. So get those Plinkos in. This also gives you time. So my number, okay, I guess my last place. Like, this is because if I've got 4 Stagg Juniors poured. If I have to, I'm distracted by the whole junior thing and the dog hair at the same time. If you got to pick a last place sort of deal. So, okay, show me the proof. Okay, so if you do get chosen, I will redraw unless you want to go join our Patreon. But I can just redraw if you do accidentally get chosen. Sorry, that is only for patrons, but you can join by the end of the night. So my last place was in the Bubble Bath, which is crazy because this is like my second favorite glass. I love this glass from Bubble. He doesn't do videos anymore, but he's great. And that was the 23C. It just had a little bit more sharpness and not as much beautiful balance and everything to it, kind of deal. Yeah, killing me. I'm sorry. I probably made that confusing. So it is only for pay. Okay, so Top Dog. And y'all just message in the chat if you do decide to join the Patreon by the end of it, so that if you do get chosen, I don't skip you. But otherwise, I'll just redraw. Yes, I am. I love Lord of the Rings, like a lot. Like, I am theming my home to have like a hobbity vibe. All of this is a Lord of the Rings corner. There's some Brandon Sanderson fantasy books, Stormlight Archives, for anybody who knows, you know. Okay, I'm a scientist. We're nerds. So I did tie second place. Could not decide. So that will be, what do we got here? My Manatee glass, which is 24D. So 24D for me tonight, right now, which any night it could change, is tied with my Top Dog glass, which has that little black which is batch 15, which is my older one. That's the one that came out in 2020. That's the oldest one I have. So, just saying, that's a pretty good showing for 24D. I feel like we tend to think of like the older version of, a Stagg or an ECBP or whatever as being the best version. It competed for tonight, at least. It is just so good. Oh, does this happen to everybody? Like, when something's so good it makes you angry? Like, that's what Stagg Jr. is so good, it literally pisses me off. Like, who gave you the right? It's just, like, it shouldn't be that good. It's not fair that it's that good. It's so good. Okay. Who gave you the fucking right? Okay. That's so good. So the newer one, the 24D, is a bit sweeter, but the older one just has like that woody kind of complexity that I just dig. So that means my number one tonight. I'm saying tonight because your palate changes all the time. If you ever do a blind flight, do it again 2 weeks later. Just see if your order changes. And if it is actually the same, do it again like 3 to 4 months when it's a different season. And the whole day has been different. What you've eaten is totally different. I almost promise you your order is going to be different. Like, your palate changes. So my number one, was in my Women of Whiskies glass, which seems appropriate. Apologies if it's confusing that I'm on 2 channels right now. I'm testing this out for the Alzheimer's fundraiser this Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Be there, be squared. Make sure you get your entries in by the end of that stream, so you can do it anytime this week, or blah blah blah. You can enter early, $5 an entry. All the rules are if you go to the link in the description. So batch 18 was my winner for the night. So that is the batch, I believe. Let me grab it. Yeah. That is the batch that their whole thing was like, oh, it hit 18 years old, so we can drop the junior. So that's when they dropped the junior, which actually really pisses me off, and I think it's stupid, but I already talked about that. So, okay. What does Nick think about living in a hobbit? He doesn't have a choice. Like, he's got a choice. Also, if you think about it, the hobbits that you see highlighted are all male, so it's still like more masculine than feminine. I even have my first blanket that I knitted. I'm pointing because it's air drying right now. The whole idea was to be like hobbit colors, and then it accidentally ended up being Green Bay colors because I felt like green with plants, and then yellow were like hobbity, and yeah. So, by John Tolkien. J.R.R. Tolkien. Yeah, no, yeah, it's got to be J.R.R. You can't miss the two R's. Who gave you the right to be that much better than the other things I ate this week, right? It's just like, nobody enjoys this. I've started it at least 4 times. I'm getting further into it. I have not finished the Silmarillion, though. It is my kryptonite. Okay, I'm gonna do the Plinko. So there's a little bit more time to get in your Plinkos. You're probably all in, but come on, who doesn't want to? Yeah, but she's not highlighted. Let's not pretend Rosie Cotton is highlighted. Okay, she's probably more highlighted in the movies than she is in the books. Like Rosie Cotton's not highlighted. I'm not saying I love Rosie Cotton, but she's not highlighted. So, okay, we're gonna play the Plinko song, and then we will pull our Plinkos. But please, y'all, everybody, by this Saturday, if you want to donate to enter, or if you want to donate a prize for the Alzheimer's fundraiser, all the information is in the description. It's a super important cause to me. Like, I cannot explain the importance of this cause to me, but it's big. I dedicate my life to this. I have had family members with this. So, that was point of the stream. But that is coming up by this Saturday. I'm not as good at talking about it as other. I feel like scientists, we're not that good at talking in general. So I'm gonna play the song, the Plinko song, and then because it's super fun. Well, maybe. Yes, there it is. Oh, I still need to make a new video.
Patreon Plinko. It's a game to play. With whiskey in our hands. We make your day. Support the show. Enjoy the fun. With the women of whiskeys. Cheers, everyone. Well, now you know. Yeah. It's time for Patreon Plinko.
Okay. Meanwhile, I'm making a. ¿Cómo se dice? I start speaking more Spanish when I get drunk. A blend of Stagg Juniors. So, see if that's good at all. Good night, Miracle Martinez. Hope you have a good night. I'll be melted after the Plinko song. Y'all are on the food thing. Okay, I'm gonna share the thingamajiggy. Give me a sec. Still figuring. Normally, this is Michelle's side. Well, also, normally she's got the Plinko board. And so we're going to add you to the stage. We're going to go to here. Okay, we got 11 entries. And we're going to draw. Does anybody else recognize that that's like one of the NFL channels thing? Desiree Bowman! It's our new Desiree! What is up, Desiree Bowman? Okay, Des, if you could give me... No, actually, sorry. I don't have a Plinko board. So I'm going to pick a number 1 through 8 on the Google's random number thing. So here's what you could win so that you can get excited about whatever number gets chosen. Y'all, normally it's more fun because Michelle's got a Plinko board. I'm sorry, I don't have a cool Plinko board for y'all to do. But again, here are the different possibilities that you could win if you were a patron. And then real quick, I'm just going to go ahead and pop that up there during the rest of this. That is the whole point for me tonight. All right, remove that. Okay, now we're gonna add back to the stage. Yes, I have to move my head around the camera. Okay, we're picking a number 1 through 8. We're gonna do generate. All right, it picked number 8. What was that? Oh, let me stop sharing. I'm really good at this. What can I say? Hey, you won Women of Whiskies boxers and briefs. So Des, if you want to, clicked on the wrong thing. Des, if you want to email us like size and preference of what you would like to get, I think we have a picture of the Women of Whiskies. Oh wait, let's do this. No, I can't get this other handout. Yeah. That's what you could win. That's what Des just won. And if you didn't win it, but you really want them, go to womenofwhiskies.com and you can get them. So congrats to Des. Look at that. It's 8:11. Damn. I was so set that I was going to be done on time. And then I drank a shit ton of Stagg. But I want the one on the left. Yeah, you do. We did not pick the models. So the models come with the website. Just saying. We do not know the models or pay for them. No, I'm not sharing. So anyways, I hope everybody that I'm really hungry and y'all have been hearing the description of the delicious dinner that's waiting for me. Ooh, let me try this blend real quick. But also, show up for the Alzheimer. It's just fun. There's a trivia thing that you can participate in and win just via winning trivia. And that is down in, all of that info is in the chat. And it 100% all goes towards the Alzheimer's Association. So, and I do not currently have any grants or funding via the Alzheimer's Association. So, trying my little Staggy. Ooh. That's pretty. What's funny about this blend is it's really yummy up front and a lot going on. But the finish is not really short, but shorter than the other MC's all over it. What's up? Thanks. I'm guessing that is the link for the boxes of briefs. The finish is surprisingly short, even though a lot of the guys who came into this blend of Stagg Juniors had deliciously long finishes. This one does. It's delicious, but it's pretty much done now. Like, it's definitely done shorter than the others were. So again, a flight of the Stagg Juniors will be in the giveaway, and if y'all win it and watch this live, you should try it and let me know what your number 1 was and like kind of how we matched up. That would actually be kind of fun to see. So thanks so much for joining me either on Whiskey Mountains or Women of Whiskeys. This Saturday is the fundraiser upcoming very, very soon. So get your entries in sometime this week, or that day, or during the stream, as long as it's by the end of the stream. And I will be announcing all the winners at the end of the stream. Whatever email was given during the donation, I'll contact everybody who wins and put them in contact with the donor of their prize. Hope you recover. Yeah, I hope I recover by tomorrow. I'm in the middle of library prep. But this was super fun. If not for you, it was for me. And it brightened my week. So thanks so much, y'all. All right. It's not about the way. No. It's not about how you drink it. Just enjoy it and drink it the way you want. I don't know. I feel like I change this stupid thing every time. Sorry. But cheers, y'all. Thanks so much.